Welcome.
Hello, everybody. This is an interesting opener, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I feel like we haven't done this before.
yeah. No,
Anyways,
uh,
welcome to the Trinity Test. This
the
is a new
Trinity Test.
podcast, new
Yippee.
podcast with me, Duke Nuke.
I'm the Kraken.
And I'm Captain Falcon.
Let's go. All
Yeah,
right.
we talk about whatever we want to, and you know,
We avoid controversy because that's our whole bit.
controversies cringe. We only talk about the most PG things possible.
So speaking of PG, I'm so upset that those Epstein files didn't get opened right away.
Yeah,
Very,
it's a real shame that one.
Yeah.
very true.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I just can't wait. Bill Clinton to be released. I want Bill Clinton's name out there.
well, when I was counting down on New Year's Eve, I was like 10, 9, and then I tried to like find the files, 8, 7. And then even after it hit midnight, the files weren't there. And it's already like 2 days later, still not up.
Literally, the first thing I did in the first 30 seconds of the new year was look up Epstein's list.
Yeah.
I went to bed in the first 30 minutes of the new year, so I was living it up too.
He was waiting on bated breath.
Guys, 2025 is going to be my year.
Yeah, I already messed this year up.
New year, new me. I'm
New
becoming a ranked
podcast.
racist.
Brand new podcast.
Yeah,
Do you
new
guys
year,
have
new
any New
podcast.
Year's resolutions?
Uh my resolution is to like and subscribe.
True. Like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button.
Comment.
Maybe go like, yeah,
Maybe
maybe go
share the
subs.
video.
Man, we don't even
May-
have content and we're already shilling. This is great.
Maybe re-watch the entire episode.
Yeah. So, do you guys actually have any New Year's resolutions? Because I've always thought that was stupid. Because anytime I would think of one, I'd be like, well, why do I have to wait to the New Year's to do that?
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's
like
kind of lame.
postponing something, and then when the new year comes, you're like, why would I do it anyways? And then you don't do it. So it's might as well improve yourself now, am I right, gamers?
Exactly.
True. My New
Why?
Year's resolution is to get a better microphone.
Oh, that's a good resolution, honestly.
Nah, that's for losers. Bad
Oh,
microphone for life.
well, just you wait. We're gonna replace you with a host who has a good microphone.
Okay.
No, not you, uh, Duke.
Duke
Well, I
Ellington.
mean, I'm willing to be replaced by someone with a better microphone, funnier, better personality. I'm sure you can find someone.
I don't.
No,
It's not really
you're a
worth the
special
effort.
snowflake.
Man,
You're so special, in fact, that your microphone still doesn't work.
Oh, let's go.
I know.
yeah, it's not about the material goods. Didn't you learn anything this past Christmas?
Didn't Marx teach you anything?
Of all the Carls in history, he was certainly the most communist.
Nah.
Name
No.
five.
Oh, good point.
Damn.
This is off to a strong start.
It is a
Yeah,
Am
this
strong
is
start.
terrible.
No, it's not. You're just a hater.
I am a bit of a hater this morning. I woke up and I have unbridled rage in my heart.
Well, it's a good
Yeah.
thing you knew that we were recording the Trinity test, and so you could release all that rage like the nuclear bomb at Los Alamos.
Oh wait, oh guys, I have an idea for a sequel for Oppenheimer.
Let's hear it.
So you guys know how Oppenheimer was about Nagasaki and Hiroshima bombings, right?
Not really. That was only like 10 minutes of the movie. It was more about like the process, you know?
Oh well, yeah, but I'm saying like the whole movie was building up to, this kind of a tragic event in history,
And
and
only
I was
like
thinking The next tragic event they could do a movie on would be 9/11. Um,
The
and
Oppenheimer story.
I had this idea that Chris Pratt would be there.
No, we create like a trilogy. Like we have 9/11. We got to make the third movie. We this is insane.
What was it? Wasn't there like a love story movie that took place in like 2001, and then it's like going well and everything, and right when they're like about to have their relationship come to fruition, she's like, "Meet me at the Twin Towers on September
Oh
11th,"
no.
and then the main character like dies in the movie, and the movie just ends.
Just like Oppenheimer.
Pretty sure. That's honestly, we should do that as another movie, but like we need to find another thing that is equally as like impactful.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know if this is, but I was thinking that they should have Chris Pratt be there and say, Chris Pratt, they've hit the second tower. And I think as
Mamma
long as that
mia.
line's in there, we're good.
You just have like Chris Pratt from Jurassic Park is like the Velociraptor has hit the second tower.
There's been a second paratrooper.
Yeah. I just speaking of nuclear bombs, wow, nuclear bombs. I just went and watched Godzilla the other day with my brother and uncle. It was actually pretty good. It was all in Japanese, so I couldn't understand a word of what they were saying, but
But they
Godzilla
had
was in it.
subtitles, right?
They did have subtitles. They didn't say Oni-chan, so I didn't know a word, but
No frame of reference.
yeah, but Godzilla like blew up some city in Japan. I don't know if it was Tokyo. I don't think it was Tokyo.
It sounds like
He
a
just kind of like,
reference to Oppenheimer.
yeah, and also like the first Godzilla movie too, right?
Oh man, speaking of blowing up Japan, yesterday was New Year's Day, and Japan was immediately hit with like the fattest earthquake of the year.
Really? I
So
didn't know that.
so they're getting it out of the way early. No, it's like a 7.6 magnitude or something.
Yeah,
Really?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then all the anime VTubers, or I don't know VTubers, but like commentary YouTubers that talk about like anime and Japanese stuff, they're like, the most tragic thing has just happened in Japan in the new year. And it's like, okay, cool.
I'm getting this from a VTuber. It's epic. What's your guys' opinion on VTubers? I think it's fine. It's just a little weird in my opinion.
Honestly, the VTubers, they do more emoting with their characters than actual people, and I'm kind of like unsettled by that. Like exaggerated movements and stuff like that.
I think
Yeah.
for me, it's like I would never be interested, but if other people are, I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I did hear a story about like one of the more popular VTubers does it because she like can't get out of bed or something, and it's
Yeah.
like really tragic.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's
I think
like,
it's kind of it's interesting from like a technological standpoint, I think. Just the fact that we can like in real time animate people and we have tricks to be able to do that. Like that still kind of blows my mind.
which
Even
makes
when I
me
saw them, I thought it was fake. I thought it was animated after the fact. I didn't know it was actually live.
no, yeah, it's live streams, which actually makes me wonder why can't we do that for Mark Zuckerberg because he still looks unanimated.
Yeah, we gotta yeah. Mark's out there in a lizard costume and he's actually VTubing in real life.
He's actually Godzilla. He destroys Japan.
God, yeah, Mark's out there about to blow up Japan, and you know that's what Facebook did.
Yeah. Wait.
We should do a study on the effect of Facebook on Japan. I bet it
I
is not interesting.
I don't feel like doing that much work.
Are there furry YouTube or VTubers?
Yes.
Surely,
How do you
right?
I
like? I would imagine, but I've never looked it up.
let's do it right now. No, I bet you there's no, there is. There's that shark girl, there's like the puppy one, like
How do you know
they
this?
because they're so big that they leave the VTuber sphere and like people think that it's an actual meme. And then when I see that content, I'm like, not for me. It's not even funny stuff. They don't have like anything to contribute. They're just like making really high pitched noises and like they play a video game and then they react to a scene that everybody's seen already because they play old games like GTA 3.
Falcon, how many VTubers do you know? That many, wow. That's crazy. That blows me away.
Falcon, if a VTuber asked you to join the podcast, would you let them?
I mean, probably. Well, I don't think they're terrible people.
Well, what if a terrible person who was also a VTuber asked to join the podcast?
Oh, I'd say sure.
Even better.
As long as
'Cause
you're a
here's the
VTuber.
thing: we're terrible people, right?
Well, marginally. I mean,
It depends on what you mean by terrible.
we do exploit the YouTube algorithm, but also the YouTube algorithm exploits us back. So
It's mutual exploitation.
it's a mutual
I mean,
thing.
I do exploit children workers in third world countries, so I feel like any VTuber would be better than that.
Well, how do you know VTubers aren't doing that? What if VTubers are like
Actually, they
children?
they are definitely doing that because all the shops for each of the people, that's all made in Korean sweatshops.
Oh
That's
my
my
God, no,
opinion.
there's actually a bridge in I think China that just like hundreds of YouTubers sit underneath with like their YouTube lighting thing and they just have like a bunch of commentary YouTube going on. It's so dystopian. They're like camping under a bridge making YouTube videos to make a living.
That's good.
Dude, we
That's what
should join.
Yeah,
that's
we
what I
should.
imagine the VTube sphere is like.
We record new podcast episode in Beijing. That'd be crazy. Have Xi Jinping on the podcast. That'd be crazy.
That
I
would
need
be.
it.
He has like a YouTube here. He has a username. He's Pooh Bear XX.
Just Pooh
Oh
Bear. Just
no.
leave it at Pooh Bear. Did you know like the new Christopher Robin movie was banned in China? I
Yeah, because everyone
Nice.
said it looked like him.
Yeah, he got his ego was so hurt by everybody
Hey, hey,
calling him
hey, hey.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh came first.
What
I
came
think
first, Xi Jinping or Winnie the Pooh? It doesn't matter. It's
I
like the
think it was
chicken and the egg.
actually I'm gonna check this.
What do you
He
mean? It was definitely Winnie the Pooh, unless
yeah,
Xi Jinping
Xi
was around
Jinping
like
was
200
born
years ago.
Xi Jinping was born 1953,
When was Winnie the Pooh born? The year of our Lord.
My guess
1926.
1939.
1926.
Shot.
Xi Jinping is the copier. Good. We've established this.
The reality copies art, or however the saying goes.
It's reality mimics art, I think. Reality is often
Nerd.
disappointing.
Yeah, we need the reality stone so that Xi Jinping is actually Winnie the Pooh instead of just pretending.
Man, the reality stone should just make it so that Marvel never existed.
There, do you think Xi Jinping role plays as Winnie the Pooh and somebody found it out and then that's why they started making the comparison? Because I don't think he looks that similar.
I think it was it's a false flag operation by China.
Uh,
They make their leader look weak so that way uh step three profit, you know?
I agree. If there's one thing I like, it's money, and I'm sure the Chinese view it the exact same way.
Yeah. They
Speaking of
have
making money, the Christmas season just got over, and the only thing I see when I walk into like Target or Walmart and I see Christmas decorations is I think of all the sweat that Vietnamese children have spent in the sweatshops to make my Santa Claus ornament.
well, think about it this way. It's actually no money because they don't get paid hourly.
Yeah, they do it for free. They do it for
Yeah.
this Christmas spirit. They are the elves.
See, I think about the children in the sweatshops and then I buy a second one.
we, we need to continue this. I support disenfranchisement.
I think I think about all those poor children in the sweatshops, and you know what it makes me think about doing? Buying them the toys that they make and double it and give it to the next person, you know?
Yeah, just ship it back to Vietnam.
They make like 10 of those in an hour, and then you give them one for Christmas. It's all it
That's their
resets the
Christmas
ledger.
bonus. That's their Christmas bonus.
Do you think the
Yeah.
economy down there runs on like poorly made sneakers and stuff?
I guarantee you that there are probably multiple cities in Southeast Asia that are run on the industry of sweatshops, which is more
The,
sad than anything else. But
no, this is a real thing. The North Korean black market runs on moon pies.
really,
Yeah, because they wouldn't like get them imported anymore, and so they had to come in from outside of the country through like illicit means. And so their currency was a food. And then, if you eat it, that's like eating $100, but it's a good,
I'm. I
tastes
mean,
good.
moon pies are pretty good. Like
They
whenever you
are
go
pretty
into a
good.
Bass Pro Shop, that's all you need.
Which
Banana moon
actually,
pies.
you know what? Shows how innovative North Korea is because they invented cryptocurrency.
I thought you were about to say they invented moon pies. Kim Jong Un was in the USA at one point, and he was like, "See that marshmallow stuff? Let's go crazy." Speaking, yeah, I learned this the other day. Apparently, the only person in North Korea who has access to American TV is Kim Jong Un, and he's a big Chicago Bulls fan.
Of
Like
course,
that,
he would be a
like
Bulls fan.
like the craziest part about it though is he like got I think it was the Harlem Globetrotters. He brought them to his palace in Pyongyang. He like paid for them to come.
Dude, somebody's gonna pay off the ref to make the Bulls lose like a really bad game, and then it's just gonna start the next World War. One of those, yeah.
No, yeah,
Do you
Kim
think?
Jong
Do you
Un's
think
gonna
Kim Jong
see his.
Un? Do you think Kim Jong Un's watched Better Call Saul?
Probably not, but I bet he
I,
has watched the Trinity Test.
He probably does watch Trinity Test every week.
He's our most active listener. If you're out there, Kim Jong Un, please allow me to come to North Korea. Not really.
Yeah,
I hate your country.
let us record
No
an
offense.
episode there with you.
Yeah, yeah, with the Chicago Bulls.
Dude, that would be so
we
much
can
editing.
pretend to be the Bulls. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, I really come off as Michael Jordan. That's who I am.
Is that even is that even right?
I think so. Is Michael Jordan not with the Bulls? Or he
I
was.
maybe he was. I don't.
All I know is Bugs Bunny definitely was. He was with the Bulls.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Rick and Morty were in Space Jam.
Yeah, true.
We need to get
Space.
Justin Roiland on the
That'd be crazy.
podcast.
Man, we should do a podcast episode in the middle of the Sahara.
In a normal
All right,
podcast,
I am busy that day.
no way.
It'll be like a Mr. Beast video. I survived 48 hours in the Saharan desert with two other morons.
Chandler, you can't eat that cactus. It's poison.
Oh, too soon, man.
Chandler passed away. So
Chandler's on the
Jimmy,
list. The Epstein list.
who's on the Epstein list? Mr. Beast.
Dude, actually, I think Mr. Beast might be too young to be on the list. I think he
He's
by
like
the
actually our age.
yeah, when that was all happening, he was probably like young enough to be on the island, but not, on the list.
He exploited Mr. Beast, and that was his villain arc.
That's where he got his Bitcoin.
Man,
No, that's actually nuts though. At least he's like, I guess, active in the community. I don't know. I don't
Mr.
know if
Beast
you
is such an interesting character. He's like, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about him.
like
He's
he knows he needs to keep making all these unique videos to keep up the economy, like his own money. But also, if he just gave like $1,000 to everybody he saw on the street, he'd be more useful than the American economy because it gave out
yeah.
stimulus checks like once.
I think like the difference in between what he used to be and what he is now is probably the funniest. Because I went back and I started watching some of his older content, and he was like dropping like the N word and stuff.
Yeah,
Like he was crazy.
man, they didn't
I
call
mean,
him Beast for nothing. Man, we we got to get Mr. Beast on here.
yeah, no, that'd be great. We'll put out a call. What do
Drop
they
the
call it?
beast bomb.
The Beast, the Mr. Beast test,
Yeah,
the
does
B
anybody
test.
have Jimmy's contact information?
I
If I
know a
did,
guy.
James
a lot.
Beast.
Beast, Mr. Beast, shaken not stirred.
Yeah.
What what's your opinion on new Mr. Beast stuff though? Because I like I don't know, like some of it's interesting, but it's never I don't know. It doesn't catch my attention very much.
Eh,
It just feels very consumerist American. No.
yeah, the philanthropy stuff like feels good in the soul, but then I also get like salty that it's not me.
Yeah, he's
The
like,
Beast Burger was a really bad idea. That was
no,
one of the
it
worst
was.
ideas he's had. That was
It
like
was.
everything went wrong.
Yeah, no, I one day, like when I was still in Tennessee, like I went to try to go find one of those things, and then I realized it wasn't actually a location, and I was like, huh, this is stupid.
They
Yeah,
like
it was only
serve
for like DoorDash and stuff, right?
yeah, they serve like
Yeah,
straight up raw
yeah.
meat.
I didn't hear that, but
Sounds tasty.
they had a dream meal.
What?
No, literally, they had like a dream hamburger, like the YouTuber, which
I eat
aged
a
really
burger with
well.
a smile.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
wonder how
no.
that has Dream like done anything lately? Because I know he
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
released
yeah.
like that
So
4 hour
he actually
video.
he released like an hour and a half long I guess apology video, but it wasn't really an apology. It was dispelling the truths about him, and he didn't do a very good job. Um, it was a lot of it was just him like whataboutisms and stuff like that. He criticized like Moist Critical and all those guys for talking about him, even though that's their job. And overall, I think he's. I hope he's done for.
I just
I don't
dislike
think
him.
he will be though. I think he's just a little too famous.
Yeah, people.
I don't see. I used to believe that, but I don't think that's it. I just think it's because of his audience. His audience is kids who do not care and will never understand any of that drama in the first place. Like if you weren't on Twitter, you wouldn't know that's the case. Like it's like the internet historian stuff, right? He just hasn't mentioned it, and nobody cares.
Well, yeah, no, the internet historian wasn't like a full-on accusation. It was like, he did somebody on his team probably did something wrong. But with Dream, it was he the I think part of the big controversy was that video of like Gumball's voice actor or whatever. He held on to a video of him like tweaking out or whatever while drunk, and he didn't release it until after the controversy came up with him, and people were like, "That's a little sus, dog."
Yeah. Wait, we should go over the internet historian thing because I think it's really interesting.
I guess.
Because I don't know, it's weird though, right? Falcon, have you heard of this?
I have not heard of this, so I'll
Really?
be your first audience to hear about it.
Really? So you haven't? You know who internet historian is, right?
Vaguely.
Do you know his Man in the Cave video?
I don't think so actually.
No, it has
I
like
know
Woody the
of
Goon in
him, but
it.
I haven't seen anything from him.
It was one of his bigger videos. Some dude just exposed him for having plagiarized the entire video. Like the entire video is taken from an article, and there's like direct quotes from it. The entire layout is exactly the same. Like it's bad, and the video got taken down because of it, and he hasn't addressed it, which I think is crazy. I don't understand how you get that big and then just decide to do that.
Well, I think he might have been doing that for a while, but like now he's so big and that was such a long video that it was, kind of inevitable. I also think like, kind of glad that they didn't do this, but it would have been so easy for them to pick somebody on the team, to throw under the bus, and then move on with it. But the historian guy like leading the channel, he kind of went on Twitter and he's like, "Oh, it was just a YouTube copyright thing I got to deal with," and he was like sidestepping the whole issue.
Well, I mean, I think that's a smart move on his part because he's effectively just set it up so that he doesn't have to deal with any of it. Like he's just gonna like all he does is profit there, right? Nobody's gonna know about that unless they research it, and nobody's gonna research it unless they hear about it. And even though like the original exposure video is massive, like the percentage of his audience that's gonna hear about it is minimal.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
especially like for me, because like I know of the guy, but I didn't know about this controversy. So like,
Exactly.
unless you guys didn't bring it up to me, I never would have heard about it at all.
yeah, and
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
tens of thousands of viewers we will totally have now know.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a sign of schizophrenia, delusions of grandeur?
I don't know. It's like a Star Wars quote or something.
Man, is schizophrenia a spectrum too?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess it would have to be because there's like auditory hallucinations, and then those get upgraded into visual hallucinations.
I don't think there's really a category for which of those is worse. I think they're all pretty bad.
Well, but
Can
it's
we
like
do a
how
tier
often?
list on schizophrenia spectrum like side
Yeah.
effects and see which ones are
Men-
good and bad?
Yeah.
Mental illness tier list.
Well, that guy, the guy with the Nash, John Nash, he was straight up schizophrenic, and he was like a
Yeah.
really good math guy.
Yeah. He got the Nobel Prize, right?
Yeah, it's like when people say autism is a superpower. Not
I
always,
don't I
definitely
don't
not
think he
always.
really I think if he had the choice to get rid of the schizophrenia but remove the Nobel Prize, I think he would have done that. I'm just saying.
Well, no, that's actually like a thing though. At least in the movie that they made, I don't know how much you can trust it, but he's taking his schizophrenia meds, and then he stops being good at math, and so he stops
No
taking
way.
the meds, and then he goes back to being good at math. So
Maybe that's true, maybe that isn't true. But I think even in his case though, if he could have given up his at least for me, if give up the ability to do all that, but you kind of get I mean, from my understanding, right, he thought a Russian agent was tracking him for some reason. Like
yeah.
that's pretty scary. I wouldn't want
Well, I
that.
mean, it sounds like to me you have no vision.
You're right. I don't want schizophrenia.
You are a coward. You're never going to amount to anything if you don't take your happy pills.
You're a coward. You don't have schizophrenia. How are you going to survive?
I'm not gaslighting you. You just don't have schizophrenia. Chill out.
I'm not gaslighting you. You just don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, yeah, actually that's a good question now. If like a lot of mental illnesses are like psychological, why can't we gaslight somebody into believing they don't have the illness?
I
Oh,
mean,
I
I
do
think
that all
that's
the
like an.
time.
You guys just spoke at the exact same time.
I mean, I think that's like an.
Oh, I do that all the time.
No, I think you can. I mean, that's part of it, though, right? You can, at least for some sort of ailments in the brain, you can trick yourself into believing that you're fine. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how that works for more severe stuff. I'm obviously not a psychologist, but I'm assuming that at some level that might have an effect.
I mean,
I mean, that goes, go ahead.
have we tried it with every illness, just like convincing them that they don't have it, and then because that's what like a placebo is, yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't tried it on Ligma. Go ahead.
Who's Elon Musk?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, do you
Anyways,
want me to
Falcon.
bite?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Ligma.
Let's
There will be some of this that will have to be cut, probably.
Yeah, I'll probably cut out a couple of out of pocket comments made by certain members of the Peanut Gallery.
What?
I would never.
Don't silence the media.
This
Zoo
is
wee mama.
cancel culture in the Trinity Test, which is why next time we're gonna have Kevin Spacey on.
Yes, yes.
Who was the really bad guy? Harvey Weinstein. I mean, he sounds like Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Epstein,
Epstein.
so yeah. Birds of a feather, am I right, gamers?
So true.
What are you talking about? Are you a birds of a feather with Epstein? Like, I just really, 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 really like. Finish the sentence. What's the first thing you thought of?
Femboys.
That's interesting. Anyways, if you had to guess, I want to see which one of you, where do you think that Epstein's island was? Like, name somewhere you think was close.
Uh,
Cuba.
Cuba,
the
okay.
U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, it's the U.S. Virgin Islands, right off the coast of Costa Rica.
Actually, it's
Wait, not
suspicious
Costa
that
Rica, Puerto Rico.
Falcon didn't know that.
Oh,
Hey
You
guys,
you playing
I'm
dumb for the
one of
courts?
you.
You
I've never
playing?
been to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
What's an airplane?
152 people. It's probably fake.
No,
Oh,
actually,
speaking of airplanes, so back to the 9/11 sequel.
No, I'm on an airplane tomorrow. I have to wake up at like 4 a.m. I just got back from the land down under, and by that I mean the South, in which
you went to
uh,
Peru.
yeah, and I had to fly through Dallas to get to my location, and I stepped off the plane and I saw like 50 obese people, and then I saw like they were playing bad country music, and I was like, I'm back.
How many of them
Well,
did
at
you see
least
on?
in Texas, at least in Texas. Like usually, it's actually interesting, like the difference in between Texas culture and the rest of the South. It's like it's weird because they're, especially like the country music. It's like a weird. It's weird for them. It's
When you
different
got
than the
out
rest of us.
when you got out of the airplane, did you see a grassy knoll?
No, but I did when I was on the airplane. I was next to like Gorlock the Destroyer. This this person, I swear to God, it
I don't understand that reference.
you don't understand
Just a
Song by
really
really
fat
Morphin?
person, right?
Oh,
what
wow, Jesus. Wait,
what?
is it like a really like morbidly obese individual?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, really bad smell. But I was sitting next to them for like 2 hours, and that was not fun. Um, really not fun. Anyways,
Yeah.
So wait, what's the difference between like the Texas South versus like the rest of the South?
Don't you know
Texas,
Texas is its own country?
yeah, I mean that's effectively it. Like they have like their own kind of hybrid Western slash South culture thing, and they've kind of had it like it's influenced by Mexico and all this other stuff. Uh, Probably the biggest difference is it's like I don't know. Like when I think of
Okay.
Texas, I generally think of okay, I generally think of like cowboy hats, rodeos, stuff like that, which is definitely not what the majority of it is. But like comparatively, like when you think of the South, like deep South, Mississippi Delta region, you think of
Delta
farmland, you think
Rune?
of you hear what you want to hear. Uh, but you think of river, you think of the river, you think of marshland, you think of farmland, you think of forest and stuff. Where
So
Texas is a lot
Texas
of open plains as well. There's a lot of
so
differences.
so what you're saying is Texas has every biome in it except for rainforest and like tundra?
Actually, they do kind of have rainforest,
Oh my God.
like a little bit. Not, I don't know if you'd really classify it as rainforest, but like at the southern end of it, it's I don't know. It's more rainforesty than anywhere else, really, besides Hawaii.
I'm just gonna trust you on that one because I don't want to spend any extra time in Texas if I don't need to.
That's very true. I agree with that statement. They have jaguars. I didn't know that until like a week ago.
Like the car.
Yeah, like the car.
Dude, that's so cool. I've never seen a Jaguar in person. I have seen a Dodge.
You really dodged that one.
Ah,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that
well,
was
it
so
was pretty
funny.
funny.
That was
So,
so funny that you're
I
coming.
got to
You're
give credit where credit's due.
so funny
Thank
that
you.
you're coming back next week.
That's great. I'm glad
You
I'm
could have
being
just
invited
left
back
it
on.
at so funny I'm coming.
Yes, that was so funny. I forgot to come.
I'm glad.
I have short-term memory loss.
I'm glad.
So, anyways, uh, atomic bombs and 9/11, right? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's like America has something to do with explosions. Was
You want to know
America
who's the
directed
largest buyer of explosive outside the U.S. military?
was America directed by Michael Bay?
No,
Why not?
Joe Biden. He's
Where
taking
was
away our Michael Bay.
Oppenheimer?
What?
Yeah,
Got-
David Duval, Joe Biden. Have you
I
guys
think
seen the clip of Joe Biden saying, "I like walking up and having the kids stroke my leg hair"?
What?
no, there's
You've
a
never seen that clip?
I have
Oh my
never
gosh.
seen this clip.
No way. No way. You need to look it up right now. He like goes up and he starts talking about kids stroking his leg hair on the poolside. Just out of pocket. He just
Dude,
not
he's
connected to
my
anything.
president.
there's also an awesome Joe Biden clip where he's like rambling during the Thanksgiving, and then he hands the microphone to a turkey, and he's like, "You want to say anything?" That like it was hilarious, and I'm sad that I can't tell if he was joking or if he actually was curious if the turkey was going to say anything.
He's fighting schizophrenia. Where's Joe Biden on the schizophrenia spectrum?
Yeah, is he going to become a great mathematician? Actually, no, he was. He did give like the hardest speech of all time. I forget when it was. It might have been when he was vice president, but he finished it off with "We own the finish line" after like a bunch of tirading about how great America is. That was
I think that was
pretty.
in when he was a congressman. Wasn't he a congressman
Yeah,
for
he was
some
a
state?
congressman,
Some
and
bit
he did some pretty not cool stuff when he was a congressman. Like, yeah,
disenfranchisement or whatever. Yeah, no, I mean it is it's kind of a staple. Uh he is old enough to probably have seen the American Revolution, so I guess he probably does hold some interesting opinions.
man.
Uh
You know what's funny about our medium of recording this? That the episode's over.
we can just continue and we just start another thing.
Eh, I don't want to like blast them all with too much content at once.
And especially when I don't have a great microphone.
Yeah, so this has
Yeah.
been Trinity Test. I've been the Kraken.
I'm Duke Ellington.
And I'm Captain Falcon.
Kaboom. All right.
All right, see you guys next time.
Bye bye.
Yeah.